Mr. Serfass, the US is experiencing a rapid growth of the RNG industry. What are the keys of this development?
There's really one major key and then a secondary key. We have a federal policy called the Renewable Fuel Standard, and the Renewable Fuel Standard allows us to create a credit in addition to the biogas itself that can be sold, that credit can be sold. It's called the Renewable Fuel Standard, and it's only for biogas that is turned into renewable natural gas for vehicle use, and that credit is incredibly valuable. If the gas itself is worth about $3 per million BTU, then with these credits, they can be worth $12 to $33 and even more if you use these RNG for vehicle fuel and get these credits. That's the biggest driver. The secondary driver is the incentive for biogas electricity projects has expired recently at the end of last year, and so that credit has gone away, and these other credits are really valuable from the Renewable Fuel Standard.
Can you give us some facts and figures on the future development of the RNG in the US?
Sure. Well, in the US, while we have 2,000 operational biogas systems of all kinds around the country, we have at least 14,000 new systems that could be built. So the opportunity abounds everywhere. Electricity projects, RNG projects, on-farm, standalone food waste systems, wastewater, the opportunities abound, and so RNG opportunities are a part of that. Right now, I think we have about 75 RNG projects in the US, so of those 2,000, about 75 of them are RNG. Most of our current projects are electricity projects because of previously available incentives. And I've heard that maybe as many as 24 new projects are going to be coming online next year. So we're seeing significant growth, but we're seeing significant growth of currently a small number of projects.
Is anything keeping the RNG market from growing faster?
Well, there are lots of different ways that we could be growing the RNG market faster. Two of the key challenges right now that are disrupting that are the way that main federal program, the Renewable Fuel Standard, is administered. Currently, because the fact that the program was really created, or our part of the program was created to keep people from growing corn for vehicle fuel, there's this perverse incentive that means that you can get 3 times more revenue if you landfill your food waste than if you digest it, which is really backwards. It should really be the other way around, or at least you should get the same credit for digesting your food waste as you do your landfill gas. So if that were to change, I think you'd see a lot more food waste added to digesters. More food waste would produce more biogas, more RNG would be available, the RNG industry would grow a lot faster. The other key challenge that we need to address is the ability to inject RNG into the pipelines. You have to pretty much put it into the pipeline to get it to the vehicles unless your vehicles are already on site where your digester is. And sometimes that happens at a dairy, but most of the time you have to put it in the pipeline. And the gas utilities in the US currently can individually decide whether they will give you permission to put your RNG into their pipeline or not. Lots of them say yes, but some of them say no. And if the utility says you can't put RNG into the pipeline, you can't develop a project. And so that can be a major challenge. We need to help the utilities, the gas utilities, to become more comfortable with the quality of RNG, that it's the same quality as fossil natural gas. And with that, I think they will allow more RNG into the pipelines. Then we'll be able to build more projects, sell more gas, and the industry will be growing faster.